I did a live reaction to the latest Boruto ending. That video is gonna pop up at the end screen of this video in case you want to watch it. So yeah, let's get into this video. This is hands down one of the best episodes of this arc. Anyway guys, before I get into this review, I just want to thank you for 20,000 subscribers. I'm gonna drop a special video in the near future, and I'm gonna, save all the talk for that video. But for now, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. 20,000 is a huge number, right? So, but anyway, let's get into Boruto episode 88 review. It's the first episode of Boruto in 2019, and like the start couldn't have been better. Like it was like legitimately this episode. Like I would even go as far as to say that it's one of the best episodes of the entire series, literally. And just overall, so many things were going on, and just the structure of the episode was really, really nice. I have a couple of notes here which I will follow right now. So I just want to mention Onoki, obviously. We had a huge plot twist in this episode. Right, Onoki's own experiments didn't listen to him. And that just proves the point that these creatures, well, these, synthetic human beings or whatever, they do have wills of their own. And this is something that Onoki has been neglecting throughout this arc. Boruto kind of tried to explain it to him, and Onoki kind of started to doubt himself. But I think that, obviously not in this episode, but in the near future, like, he's going to realize he was wrong. I can't wait to see his reaction. Now, there's one thing that I'm really interested in, and obviously we'll never know what would happen, but picture this. Onoki is, with Lord Ku and the other Akutas, he sees that they're about to die, just like he did in this episode. He saw that they were literally going to die, right? But there's no Boruto, no Sada, nobody's there. There isn't like a stressful situation. Like everything is normal. What would his reaction be? Would he just calmly accept the fact that his subordinates are dying? Because if you think about it, right now, so many bad things happened. Onoki's plan was supposed to be secret, but now everybody knows about it. So much, messed up shit happened, and he can't really think clearly. So I'm really interested, like, if everything was peaceful and normal, would he go as far as to sacrifice some humans for the sake of, saving these Akutas? And then eventually, according to Onoki, these Akutas will create like an ideal world. That's something that I'm really interested in, and it's such a shame that we never really saw it. But anyway, let's get into the next stuff. Let's keep talking about Onoki. Actually, he completely disrespected the Akutas in this episode. Like the fact that everything is so stressful around him right now, that isn't like that shouldn't be an excuse, because these guys did so much for him, and he should have shown more emotional attachment, at least to Lord Ku, I think, especially because Ku was made from his DNA and he literally looks like his son. So yeah, but then again, so many things are going on, so let's just skip that. I do feel like Onoki's character is done well in this arc. Like obviously he has character flaws, but these flaws are there for they have a purpose, right? These flaws and these problems are going to be resolved until the end of this arc, and it makes for an interesting plot and interesting character dynamics between Onoki and the others, especially like the dynamics between Boruto and Onoki. These were some of my favorite of this arc. Anyway, Lord Ku justifies hitting Onoki by saying that he's not right in the head, basically. I'm not quoting the exact sentence, but yeah, that was a great plot twist to start an episode, right? A very entertaining start. So yeah, now Boruto's character had specifically two moments in this episode that I really, really liked. The first one was when he was trying to explain to, I think, Kira and Kokuyo that they do have a heart. He was like, you two must have a heart and a will or whatever. And that just shows Boruto's emotional intelligence, right? Like it shows his empathy, right? And I just loved that little detail. And what I liked even more was when he pretty much exposed Kirara. When Kirara was in front of Sarada and Boruto, and she was, saying how she collects things or whatever. Boruto was like, does she collect all these things to be more human? And the way he reads the situation, uh, you know, the way he reads people, I'm just loving it. It's one of the reasons why he's one of my favorite anime characters. But yeah, I mean, this alone is just one thing. Like, there's so many things about Boruto that make his character very, very deep. I made a video about him, I think, a year ago. That video did pretty well, but I feel like people to this day still don't understand the depth of Boruto's character. They think that he hates his dad for no reason, which is absolutely, like, it's misinformation. They think he just wants to be like Sasuke because Sasuke is cool, even though that's not the case. He wants to be like Sasuke because for him Sasuke is the embodiment of freedom. And it's just like I might make a separate video about this, but in the far future, if I see any Boruto related hate, like hate towards the character, because honestly he's much deeper than he looks. Yeah, but enough about Boruto. I'm looking at my notes here. Shikadai. The Shikadai fight. Before I get into the fight, which I thought was brilliant because of the tactical aspect of it, something that we all love about the Naruto franchise. Like, at one point, when Shikadai was talking to Kokyo, he says that he told Kokyo, he said, like, I have this idiot friend that says that we should always help each other, even in the worst situations. And obviously he was referring to Boruto. I just thought that moment was great. And obviously, Shikadai's and Boruto's relationship, like, it's been, this relationship is being worked on ever since the series started. I mean, in the first episode, you see Shikadai and Boruto. We had the Byakuya Gang arc, which was very important for the development of their relationship. And, the stuff that happened in the Chunin exams, you guys all know it. And I'm just loving these dynamics. Even though they weren't directly interacting here, I just thought it was a brilliant writing moment. So props to the writers for that. Just to quickly mention the Seikei Mitsuki scene. I've been saying this for Akun ever since I saw him. And what I was saying is that they're preparing something huge for him, something emotional. And that's exactly what happened here. I'm going to get into Akun a bit later. That little thing made me cry in this episode, not gonna lie. But when I was watching the episode, but that was my prediction for Akun. I was right, and you guys know that I had even bigger predictions for Seikei, and I feel like the moment he dies, like, it's gonna be very emotional. And you guys know, if you've been following my reviews, you guys know that Seikei is my favorite Akuta. The episode in which he was featured, the one in which he talked with Mitsuki for a long period, I think that's my favorite episode of this arc so far, and in my opinion, the best one. Like, don't quote me on this one because this arc is very long, and there might be like one or two episodes that are on a similar level, but like that one sticks out to me. Okay, I just love that episode, and I just can't wait to see how he dies, because I think it's pretty obvious that he's gonna die, because slowly but surely Akutas are dying. In the last episode we had a character death. In this episode as well, Kokuyo. And my assumption is that in the next episode, Kirara is gonna die. Then the next episode after that, which is episode 90, Seikei is gonna die. And then episodes 91 and 92 are gonna be the final two episodes, because Naruto Shinden starts in episode 93. So, that's how I see it. But I just can't wait to see how his death gets executed. Now that I mentioned Mitsuki, he was face to face with Konohamaru. Is there going to be a fight? I don't know. Is it going to get emotional? I don't know. Konohamaru recently found out that it was Orochimaru, Mitsuki's parents, who killed Hiruzen. So, obviously, it's not Mitsuki's fault, and Konohamaru acknowledges that he's mature enough, but still, it kind of changes the dynamics between the two characters, let's be honest. So I can't wait to see that. I'm not going to talk too much about it, because they just saw each other for a couple of moments. Like, Konohamaru saw all the experiments that were going on with the Akutas, and then Mitsuki was behind him. But yeah, the Shikadai fight, it was great. I really like, as I said already, I like the tactical aspect of it. My favorite part was obviously when one of the lights was hidden by Inojin's jutsu, and I just thought that was brilliant. I didn't see that one coming, and Kokuyo also didn't see it, so that was great. Um, they couldn't really finish him off, but and later on, the mind transfer jutsu, it was cool seeing it after a long time, and still they couldn't do it because like mental strength of Kokuyo at that time was either too strong or Inojin was too weak because he doesn't use that jutsu often. It's probably because Inojin doesn't use the jutsu often because he's weak at it, but this doesn't change the fact that Kokuyo does have a will. He does have a metaphorical heart, not a literal heart, but you guys know what I mean. And these guys do have a will of their own, and it's just tragic how they're all dying thinking that they don't have a will. It's like this arc is full of tragedies, man. And I know I said it about Kira many times, and I'm gonna say it again, and I'm probably gonna say it when she dies in the next episode if she dies, and I'm sure she will. But like the fact that she's collecting all of this, I mean, Boruto exposed her. She just wants to be more human, and all of this is just sad, man. Very, very sad. A sad arc, a tragic arc. Definitely a very deep one. Definitely the most underrated Boruto arc, like hands down. It's not even a competition. Uh, so. So yeah, Kokuyo obviously does have a will. He had that short conversation with Shikadai before his death, and Shikadai basically told him that yes, you're stronger than me, you're stronger than us physically or whatever, but we have this thing where we fight for each other. We place our lives in the hands of our friends. It's the power of the heart, and that's something that Kokuyo was subconsciously neglecting all this time, and he died. Again, another tragedy, just like Kako's death in the last episode, like in episode 88. Sorry, in episode 87. This was episode 88, I think. Yeah, and overall, I just really liked, Shikadai's character in this episode. Chocho did her role. She did what she was supposed to do. Inojin as well. And Akun. Man, ever since Akun was introduced, I've been saying this for so many times. I've been saying how something huge must happen between Inojin and Akun because it was so apparent that Akun wasn't just thrown there for no reason. Akun is actually one of those quote-unquote monsters called Akuta, right? Or Akutas, whatever you want to say. You can use Akuta and Akutas for plural. It's kind of the same thing with manga and mangas. Like, yeah, I don't know why I mentioned that, but ever since he was introduced, his relationship with Inojin has been built, and Akun looked at Mitsuki at Inojin as if Inojin was his parent because it's the first thing he saw or whatever, and Inojin probably didn't realize it at the time, but he was developing an emotional connection to this thing. And it's just the way it was written, it's just beautiful. Like, this is some top quality writing. And anyway, Akun saves Mitsuki. Akun saves Inojin and his friends, right? But Kokuyo, he hits him on the face, right? And obviously, Akun was about to die, and we had these final moments where Akun was imitating Inojin's movements when he was touching his face, and this is such a fine detail, and this detail alone adds so much to this beautifully written episode. I just can't stress it enough. It's such a sad thing that majority of the people, are hating on this series. Boom, when we get action, everybody loves it. Like the last episode, everybody loved it. Why? Because it had action. It's such a shame that so many people neglect these types of arcs because they don't want to see a different type of arc, I guess. Like, for me, this is the pinnacle of writing. It's not the fights, it's not the orgasmically, and it's not the, what did I just say? It's not the amazingly, did I just say orgasmically? It's not the amazingly animated fights. Yes, I fucking love that. Episode 65 is my favorite Boruto episode. But it is moments like this that made me fall in love with the Naruto series. It wasn't any of the fights. It was moments such as Naruto meeting his father, Naruto meeting his mother, Naruto's final words with Minato, Jiraiya dying, Itachi's backstory, Itachi's second death, Naruto's and Sasuke's bond. The way Sasuke was tragically trying to kill off his bond with Naruto so that he can grow stronger. And but for most people, just give us action and we'll love the episode. Like, yeah, it's just sad, but this episode, like, it was so beautiful, man. Like, and not only did Akun, touch Inojin's face or whatever, but he also said Inojin at the end, and my heart was breaking at that point because I obviously developed some type of connection to Akun because we've been seeing, Akun ever since he came to this world, right? And he was growing, and man, it was so sad, but I wasn't surprised at all because I predicted something like this, and a great moment for Inojin's character as well. Just the way he was trying to hide his emotions, and then he just completely broke, started crying, and like another detail that I want to mention, a detail that I really liked is like it's when like we didn't see Inojin's face, but then we see like we saw his tears falling, right, and then it switched to his face. I just thought it was done beautifully. It was animated really well. The soundtrack was great in this episode, like the soundtracks, I should say. And this episode, and yeah, to quickly mention Boruto, Sarada, and Kira at the end. Not gonna talk about it too much because we're gonna analyze the fight in the next episode when it happens. So yeah, I wonder how that's gonna go. But I do think that Kira is gonna die in the next episode. 10 out of 10. Like, how can you even not give it a 10 out of 10? Such a good episode. So many different plot points going on at the same time, yet nothing was rushed. It started with a huge plot twist, ended with a huge cliffhanger, a tragic death happened, like an insanely emotional moment. Like, all in all, this episode was just wonderful. And one of my favorite episodes in all of Boruto, definitely. Anyway, that was your boy Hokage. Let me know what you think about this episode in the comment section of this video. Twitter, Discord, and Instagram links are in the description of this video. Also, link to my second channel is down below. That was your boy Hokage. If you're new to this channel and if you're into the Boruto series, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.